DeSantis versus Disney.
Yeah. Vanity Fair are so biased. The article opens with, last week, like the petty tyrant he is, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill dissolving Walt Disney World's special district status.
They're taking away their tax exemption status because was he the one that passed the Don't Say Gay bill, or was that And Disney in turn was like, you can't make us not do that. We're going to keep being queer inclusive.
Yeah, because he's claiming that Disney are injecting transsexualism.
If you scroll down in the Vanity Fair article, there is the tweet of him addressing this on Fox News.
When that company has pledged itself to attacking the parents in my state. When that company...
God, this guy is so unlikable.
He's so unlikable.
Who says that? Injecting transsexualism?
Baby, just say that you're a chaser and you're DL and you love the Goyles. You know what I mean? Because that's what it's giving me.
Company has very high up people talking about injecting transsexualism into programming.
Injecting transsexualism into the program.
Every time I hear this clip, it sounds like he's saying pansexualism, even though I know he's saying transsexual.
I just really want somebody to sample it and then turn it into a club remix.
Right. He's getting interviewed on Laura Ingram's show, The Ingram Angle, or Ingraham, depending on how you want to pronounce it.
He would not want that. And so get back to the mission. Do what you did great. That's why people love the company, and you've lost your way. Maybe this will be the wake-up call that they need to get back on track.
I also love that DeSantis makes it a point to say that Walt Disney would not approve of this, even though they were never alive at the same time.
Well, of course. Maybe there was some crossover.
No, there wasn't.
No crossover?
No, they address it. Walt Disney died 10 years before DeSantis was even born.
Okay.
And here's the part where I think it gets funny, right? You have DeSantis on Fox talking about Disney, and Disney's being woke, right? Like faux woke. But at the end of the day, Walt Disney was wildly anti-Semitic. And I think that's what Ron DeSantis is trying to tap into. Like, Walt Disney was a Nazi. There's no way he'd be okay with injecting transsexualism. He makes it sound so diabolical and like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sexy and hot.
It sounds like eugenics.
To me, it sounds kinky, but
it's like a mixture of kinky and eugenics.
Yeah, it's kinkenics.
That's not going to work.
No, it's not. I really tried. It's all a farce because Disney owns Fox.
Is that right?
Yeah, there's a little diagram here of every company that Disney owns.
Now, are we sure that they own Fox News?
Well, they own Fox Entertainment Group.
Okay.
So this is the whole mappy poo. We got satellites here. We have little key up here, which one's film, television, gaming, music, radio, property, and parks. They got it, they have quite the conglomerate here. Yeah, so here's the 21st Century Fox. And we have Fox Sports, Fox Life, Fox Digital Media, Fox FX. Maybe not the news.
Yeah, I'm not sure they own the news.
It's like kissing cousins. They're all still related.
I mean, vertical integration is the heartstone of American capitalism.
I think that it's just very funny, though, because it's the illusion of choice, right? For instance, they do own Fox Sports. Guess what they also own?
What up?
Wop, 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 wop. ESPN.
I was going to say, is it ESPN? And then you said ESPN.
Yeah, so it's like you think that you're like, oh, Fox Sports is, competing against ESPN. No, they're not.
It's very much like NSYNC versus Backstreet Boys. They were both Lou Pearlman boy bands.
Yeah, they're both Lou Pearlmans.
Can you explain to me what comprises a Disney gay?
Disney gays are this perfectly odd little subsection of queer people that are Disney obsessed. They tend to be what I like to call homonormative, where it's like, I am a dyke that likes baseball, and my very femmy lipstick wife is obsessed with Disney and being a princess. And so we have the fucking annual pass, and we go for all the different events. We go for Disney Gay Day. We go for Dapper Day.
Is Disney gay more a man thing?
No.
Or it applies to the whole queer community?
Disney gays can be any gender and any orientation within the spectrum. I will say this, though. They do tend to be cis.
Do you know the Disney employees staged a walkout over this Don't Say Gay bill?
No, I didn't.
Let's check it out.
Outside the iconic Walt Disney Studios in Burbank, California.
Say gay! Say gay!
Today, dozens of Disney employees walked off the job.
Out here just in support of all of our queer employees and their families.
An act of protest over Florida's so-called Don't Say Gay bill. If signed into law, it would ban classroom instruction on sexual orientation or gender identity in Florida in kindergarten through 3rd grade. But a new national poll on the issue shows 51% of those responding support the provision, with 35% against.
If you are out protesting this bill, you are by definition
putting yourself in favor of injecting sexual instruction to 5, 6, and 7-year-old kids.
We're back to injecting.
Does Ron DeSantis have like a needle kink that we don't know about?
I don't know, but it's like a fucking death penalty. Like they're using a lethal injection of telling your son that you're gay.
There's this obsession with what they're talking about. Like they're going to be talking about gay sex and fucking. And like that's not what's happening.
Right.
And also on the flip side, you have straight people, right? Like little kids will be at the playground, right? And like a little boy will like chase after a little girl and they'll be like, oh, look it, he's a ladies man. The idea that straight people aren't sexualizing children. No, straight people do that all the time where they're like, oh, he's going to be such a, there's like clothing, like little baby onesies, rompers that it's like lady killer, or like the ones for the women where it's like, you know, my daddy won't let me date until I'm 50, right? Like, but that's not sexualizing children. Nobody's saying like, oh, we should talk to kindergartners about butt fucking.
Exactly.
We're talking about like, it's okay if Kyle has 2 daddies. Right?
Exactly.
That's what we're talking about.
Right. I don't remember any point in my education growing up where the teacher talked about their own sexual orientation. Like the kids, well, I'm a lesbian. That never happened.
That never happened. Although, shout out to Mrs. Murdoch, my high school lit teacher. She was gay. And she never was out to us, right?
Was she a U-Haul lesbian?
I don't know.
Isn't that the term, U-Haul lesbian?
Yeah, but U-Haul refers to like how quickly you move in with somebody. So how would I know? She didn't come out to us. She came out to me like after we had graduated because me and a couple of other friends like went out to lunch with her and she brought her girlfriend.
Now, inside the happiest place on earth, growing frustration over Disney CEO Bob Chapek's handling of the legislation, with critics saying he did not do enough to speak out against it. At the time, he explained.
Now, we were opposed to the bill from the outset, but we chose not to take a public position on it because we thought we could be more effective working behind the scenes.
That set off a firestorm, with some launching a website and Twitter page calling for a company-wide walkout. It's launched the House of Mouse into damage control. Today, a slew of statements from Disney properties, ESPN, Hulu, Disney Plus, all reaffirming their commitment to LGBTQ+ rights.
You have seen now a number of Disney brands come out on Twitter forcefully rejecting the premise behind the legislation. This was the reaction that Disney could have done from the jump. And if Disney had done this from the jump, you wouldn't be seeing the same level of angst and protest among employees.
At an employee town hall Monday, Chapek apologized again and admitted he made a mistake in handling the situation.
This man should not be bald.
I can't see him. I'm rolling a joint.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
I guess you'll never know.
I'll never know that
A
man should or
company-wide
shouldn't be
task force,
bald.
efforts to oppose similar legislation in other states.
Is the CEO facing pressure right now?
Yeah,
He's absolutely facing pressure. The board is watching his relationship externally.
Would you call their relationship a relationship?
Yeah, it's a relationship.
Adding to the fuel, a new Variety report about the new Pixar film Lightyear. After scrapping a planned kiss between a same-sex couple, Disney is now adding it back to the movie.
Whoa, that's interesting. The first same-sex kiss in a Disney movie. That's never happened before. I mean, obviously, we should normalize 2 dudes kissing because it happens.
How do we know it's 2 dudes kissing?
Because the movie's about Buzz Lightyear, and I think Buzz Lightyear has a boyfriend, maybe? What do I fucking know? I'm just watching the trailer.
I thought there was a Disney movie where there was lesbians in it.
I wouldn't know because I don't watch Disney movies really.
Yeah, I'm an
anymore.
adult. I don't watch Disney movies, unlike Disney gays. Also, Disney's
A very different
story time.
Give me the weed, pass me a joint. Let's all get high. That is the point. Have you a puff? I'll take me a toke. It's the high you want time.